you're not going to have a lot of contracts usually. You're not going to have contracts, work orders, vendor letters, client letters. You maybe have an end user, if anything. So in that circumstance, what really becomes important is the support letter. Are you properly explaining the position? And are you giving enough detail for the officer to make a determination that the position qualifies as a specialty occupation? I've definitely seen an uptick in specialty occupation RFEs. And those specialty occupation RFEs, first and foremost, are attacking the job duties. And I think this is something that was done during the previous Trump administration as well. But it's basically this idea that, if you have 8 to 10 job duties and the job duties are, carbon copies of what you're pulling from ONET or just slight variations of that information, you're going to see RFEs where the officers are basically saying, these are generalized terms. These aren't specific enough to explain to me what you're actually doing for the company. And so I think we're going to have to be a bit more detailed with what the individual is going to be doing and how it specifically relates to where the individual is working. Another big thing I think is going to be, for whatever reason, USCIS has an obsession with percentages. A weird obsession with percentages for position time. There's this idea that you're supposed to somehow be able to tell them that, for example, as an 15% of my day, yes, but then to say, okay, I check emails, and then within that, what's the percent, what's the breakdown? How do I check the emails? How does my knowledge make me specialized to check the emails? It's silly when you think about it in a specific extent, but for USCIS, it's something that they want to see. And so I think we'll see that as an issue for requests for evidence. Now, if you're working at a third party, I think the BFJO is going to be your big hit issue this year. The bona fide job offer. This idea, this notion that if you are working as a contractor at a client, not only do you have to show up front that the client actually has need of your services, but does the client attest to the idea that the position requires a bachelor's degree in a specific specialty? And so I think procuring that information is going to be pretty vital this year, and we're going to have to see how it ends up working out. So at the outset, I would say try to prepare a petition that is as strong as possible. I know that there are attorneys who, in their opinion, they think like, well, if we can't get the client letter, it's okay, we'll wait for the RFE. I would try to push to get client letters up front,